An additional 3,000 teachers in the state public schools. Government House correspondent AJK Abana filed in this report.
Governor Chukwuma Soludo dropped the hint when he paid a visit to community secondary school Iswafia in Agwata local government area of the state. The governor explained that the move was to eliminate the dispensation of PTA teachers and grant accessible qualitative education to Anambra children. According to Governor Soludo, his administration is intentional about projecting public sector education as a model and pace setters for other categories of schools, assuring that his administration will provide accessible and quality education as the foundation for the much desired sustainable future. Professor Soludo lamented that though tuition fee education exists across the state, students are usually made to pay dozens of other fees and levies, pointing out that the quality of education can be best measured by quality of teachers and teaching. He maintained that his administration is determined to demonstrate the full meaning of free education, specifically targeted at children of the poor and vulnerable in the society, because every Anambra child deserves to be taught by the best teacher, dishing out qualitative education.
About the future. But you are not just the future, you are also the present. I want to see Gabeza. Well, so we're very, very intentional about this, and we're very determined that our children must have the best quality education.
On her part, the principal of Community Secondary School in Iswafia, Mrs. Chidimma Egbo, who was appreciative of the governor's love for education, eulogized his strides in the sector since he assumed office. She, however, called on the attention of the governor to some of their challenges, pleading for assistance.
It's quite awesome that the governor is there himself. Governor, now for Anambra State, and I'm saying no, never preach it. And I'm making a chukuni here, man, not set Anambra State. To change the face of academics in Anambra State, you've done noble.
Anambra State Governor Professor Chukwuma Soludo has flagged up the first phase of the distribution of 2022 National Special Economic and Livelihood Intervention to persons affected by the flood and the vulnerable in the state. The exercise, which held in Oka, is part of programs designed by the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, in collaboration with State Emergency Management Agency, SEMA, to cushion the devastating effects of flooding in some communities in Anambra State. Emmanuel Chibota completes the report.
While flagging off the exercise, Governor Soludo, represented by his deputy, Dr. Onyeka Chukwuibezim, thanked the federal government and international donors for the intervention, noting that flooding has been a devastating threat to Anambra State. He explained that the state government has adopted multi-sectoral approach to minimize future occurrence of flooding in the state, while noting that the state has embarked on its own palliative to the local government areas.
On behalf of Mr. Governor, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, we want to thank NEMA for coming to our rescue at this time, and the SEMA official, our own state emergency that is here. Our state, we've structured this in a way that this will get to the people. They don't sell this, put this into use. Okay?
Speaking, the Director General of NEMA, Alhaji Ahmed Mustafa, represented by Assistant Director of the agency, Mr. Olusegun Afolayan, expressed delight on the program and stated that a total number of 660,084 households were to benefit from the special intervention across the states of the Federation. He urged the beneficiaries to be orderly during the distribution, revealing that the agricultural inputs are given to farmers, which will go a long way to stimulate value chain activities in the nation.
Based on this assessment, which were jointly conducted by NEMA and state emergency management agencies and federal government, approved the special intervention to assist the vulnerable person across the country and those affected by the flood to support their quick return to normalcy. The intervention is also expected to drive the sustainable socio-economic resilience of the targeted most vulnerable individuals.
The Executive Secretary of NEMA, Anambra State, Mr. Paul Odenigbo, extended gratitude to the federal government for the intervention, disclosing the negative impact of flooding, which includes hunger, death, and destruction of life and properties, among other things. He explained that a total number of 18,904 persons in the state will benefit from the intervention, urging beneficiaries to make best use of the items to improve their living conditions. He further said that the second phase of the program, which is for Anambra South Senatorial District, will come later, immediately after the first phase, which is for Anambra North and Central Senatorial Districts. In Oka, Emmanuel Chibata for ABS News.
In a bid to create a conducive business environment for traders and customers of Owaru main markets, the president of the markets, Mr. Ndubisi Ochiogo, installed street lights powered by solar within and around the market premises, and also fumigated sections of the market that are prone to harmful insects and reptiles such as mosquitoes, sunflies, snakes, etc. Correspondent Faith Onyemuche has the details.
Areas of the markets where the street lights were mounted are the Opiweka, Owerri Road and Oboduku axis of the market. These areas are said to be the den of criminality during the evening hours, when traders, customers and residents of the states are rushing to their various homes. Hence, with the installation of the lights, passerby can move freely with less fear of attack from touts. On the other hand, the fumigation exercise will enable traders relax and carry out business activities smoothly, as well as safeguard their health. Speaking to the ABS on the development, the market boss, Mr. Ndubisi Ochiogo, said he is towing the footsteps of the state governor, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, whom he said is passionate about traders' welfare. He said the fumigation will be a continuous process, while security personnel have been strategically mounted to safeguard the lights and ensure safety of traders.
Governor Nokita, Professor Chukwuma Soludo, onye ọbụla nọ with him, like ọ dị ka anyị nwe achọghị ihe ga-achọkwa ifurokwa full step ya. Ọ ya mere anyị ji bido tibe ma ọkụ n'ime afịa, gbapụbe ma mmiri. Ọkụ bụ ife, ebe ọbụla ọkụ dị, taa ụtọ ha nọ ebe ahụ. Anyị ga-ebidokwa from Aba Park tie ọkụ ebe Opiweka.
Also speaking, the Secretary General of the market, Mr. Wisdom Obasi, lauded Mr. Ochiogo for having the interests of traders at heart, while commending members of the executives for their support to the Ochiogo-led administration.
From 6:30 at most 7 p.m. every day, the solar lights at the Nimaya gave you the when then I was on 6 o'clock. When then I was more float, so you need is the torch. Everyone are very, very bright.
Some traders of the market who were filled with excitement, Mrs. Ngozi Eze and Mr. Chinedu Onigwe, took turns to appreciate their chairman for his good deeds. From Owaru Main Market, Faith Onyemuche, reporting for AP.
The National Association of the Deaf has clamored for the importance in learning of sign language by every member of the society. They made the call during the annual general meeting of the association hosted by Anambra State for Southeast Region. Correspondent Amaka Chibuzo Okoye has the details.
Week-long meeting which held at the Professor Kenedike E-Library, Oka, drew members of the association from different parts of the country deliberate on their activities and profile ways to champion the interests and well-being. Welcoming the participants to Anambra, the chairman, Anambra State Disability Rights Commission, Barrister Chuks Ezeuzie, said the theme ties to the plan that Anambra State government has for the deaf, which has been enshrined in the Anambra State Disability Rights Law 2018. According to him, the law provides that sign language will be taught in schools so that no one will need a sign language interpreter to communicate with a deaf person. Barrister Ezeuzie further noted that sign language is an international language that bridges the gap between the deaf and members of the society, calling on government at all levels to swing into action to make it a universal language. On his part, the national president of National Association of the Deaf, Comrade Chidi Stanley Oluje explained that annual meeting will find solutions to the neglect, stigmatization, other societal challenges faced by their members. He emphasized that the first step in achieving inclusive is to internalize sign language learning in every sphere of society so that their members can communicate effectively with people.
We are together every year. It's a worldwide program. The meeting is an AGM meeting where all the deaf gather together from different 36 states in Nigeria, gather together here. We discuss our times, how we can sign, how people in the community will know and see us.
The keynote speaker, Professor Williams Obiozo, who is the Director, Center for Disability Research at Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, maintained that every human being, despite their disability, is created with unique natural skills that will guarantee them a brighter future, charging members of the deaf community not to be deterred by the challenges are going through and to see their abilities in their disabilities.
We also want to use this opportunity to recognize Anambra State government has been at the forefront on disability rights, on disability employment. And as a matter of fact, with regards to what you're seeing here today, I believe that their lives will begin to change.
Contributing, the state chairman of the Joint Association of Persons with Disability, Comrade Ugochukwu Okeke, commended the National Association of the Deaf for choosing Anambra State to host the annual general meeting. Earlier in his welcome address, the acting chairman of Anambra State Association of the Deaf, Comrade Anthony Ekemezie, disclosed that the gathering provides them with the opportunity to celebrate the culture and language of the deaf community and to remind them of the limitless potential that lies within the global deaf community. Also in remarks, the acting Southeast Zonal Coordinator of the association, Mrs. Blessing Owakwe, expressed hope that the Anambra State government will continue to partner them towards achieving a more inclusive society. Amaka Chibuzo Okoye, ABS News.
The Chief Magistrate Court sitting at Nobi, Dembele South Council area, presided over by Chief Magistrate Ken Woye, has adjourned to October 13, 2023. The case between State Commissioner of Police and Chief Chijioke Oka and Olufemi Salako. Paul Ezoke has the details.
In continuation of hearing and testifying during cross-examination by counsel to the second defendant, Barrister Tochukwu Arubonye, the second prosecution witness, Ms. Victoria Mbashu, told the court that the second defendant, Olufemi Salako, brought the first defendant, Chief Oka, to purchase a piece of land behind her house at the sum of 2 million naira, and later tried to persuade her to sell to the first defendant the main compound with the part belonging to her grandfather, which formed part of the entire compound, on the condition that the fourth defendant will build a new house for her before taking over the property, and deceived her to sign an agreement for the transaction. She equally told the court that when the fourth defendant failed to fulfill the condition for the transaction, the second defendant advised her to look for another buyer for the property, after which the complainant, Mr. Bonaventure Ezekwena, purchased the property for 10 million naira. Ms. Mbach also accused the second defendant, who she said was her fiancé, of squandering 10 million naira paid by Mr. Ezekwena, except for the 2.8 million naira they used to buy a property in Ogun State. Hearing will continue on the case in the next adjourned date. From Nobi in the Idemili South Council area, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
Minister of Power, Bayo Adelabo, has said that the federal government is working towards generating 20,000 megawatts of electricity by 2026 and 60,000 megawatts by 2060. The minister disclosed this during his visit to the National Council Center of the Transmission Company of Nigeria. He added that 2 more power substations would come up in the next few months, courtesy of the Presidential Power Initiative of the federal government. Pope Francis has challenged French President Emmanuel Macron and other European leaders to open their ports to people fleeing hardship and poverty, insisting that the continent does not face a migration emergency, but rather a long-term reality that governments must deal with humanely. For a second straight day in French port city of Marseille, Francis took aim at European countries that have tried to close their doors to migrants and tried to shame them into responding with charity instead. The Pope's visit to the city in southern France comes as Italy's far-right-led government has reacted to the new wave of arriving migrants by threatening to organize a naval blockade of Tunisia and to step up repatriations. The novelty football match between the Nigerian Union of Journalists, NUJ, Anambra State Council, and Catholic priests from Oka and Ekwulobia Diocese has ended in 1-1 draw. The match, which was played at the main pitch of Anambra Broadcasting Service, ABS Oka, was a curtain raiser for this year's NUJ Media Games in Anambra State. Correspondent Blessing Uchendo has the details.
The Catholic priest took the lead in the first half of the game with a goal from Reverend Father Uche Ogwata, while the NUJ team got a late equalizer after a fantastic finish from Stephen Okoye. The match, which attracted members of both groups, witnessed good spirit of sportsmanship as the novelty game ended peacefully. Speaking to the press, the chairman of NUJ in Anambra State, Dr. Odogu Emeka Odogu, said that the game was organized as part of activities organized to mark the 2023 NUJ Media Games, giving the importance of physical fitness to human health. Dr. Odogu stated that sports speak uniformity as it has become an efficient strategy for building stronger partnership among media practitioners. He explained that the essence of the game was also to harness talents in different sporting areas in preparation for national competitions and urged everyone to put in their best to make the event a success.
In NUJ, we do a lot of work and we play so that we will keep body and soul fit. And thank God for the members who trooped out en masse to support what we do.
The traditional ruler of Umeri, Igwe Beneth Emeka, who made the ceremonial kickoff, expressed satisfaction and noted that exercise plays a vital role in the overall well-being of every individual. He added that such events will help to promote harmonious coexistence between both teams and by extension benefit the society at large.
Part of the things that will help to release stress in your body. So people of Anambra, I want to call upon you. There is time for everything. Choose 30 minutes, 45 minutes early in the morning and exercise yourself.
For the chairman of the planning committee for the Media Games, Dr. Stanley Onunkwo, the 2023 Media Games will feature 15 competitions and 30 winners. He commended fellow colleagues for their show of love to the tournament and equally urged them to live a healthy life by making exercise part of their daily routine.
Of appreciation to ABS Chapel for it provide I feel that can you see and even make a finally for in Avatar.
Remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS in many parts of the world by liking our Facebook page, follow at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube at ABS Television or follow on Twitter at ABS Radio TV and on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website. It's www.absradiotv.com. To end the news this morning, a recap of the main points. Anambra State government is committed to free education. State government has adopted multi-sector approach to flooding. Federal government to prosecute saboteurs of power sector. Pope Francis has cautioned European leaders against closing their borders to migrants. To end the news, here is a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has called for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. And that ends the breakfast news at this time on ABS Television. Thanks for watching. I am Priska Unho. Good morning and happy Sunday.